Try and make your inhales even longer if you can. And when you exhale, exhale slowly. I know there's a tendency to just let it go quickly, but have some control. And then gently let's open our eyes. Bring your chin to your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. Make sure your shoulders are still back here. So this is kind of a little humbling pose where you bring your chin down. A little bit of humility here. And then we're going to move to a counter pose where we lift your head up, interlace your hands behind your lower back, and get your knuckles to touch the ground, get your shoulder blades together. And we're going to lift our chin up in that counter pose. This time we're spreading the front of our body open. A little bit of gratitude here, a little bit of confidence as we reach up, expanding into this earth, into our being. And then release. Okay, let's come into child's pose. So in child's pose, bring your knees apart and your feet together. Lengthen out your arms. Try to get your fingertips to stretch towards the front of your mat. Your head is heavy. Let's take 3 breaths here. And then from here, let's come into all fours. From all fours, we're going to lie on our fronts. Your palms are underneath your shoulders. Untucking toes. Let's move into a cobra. We're going to hold it for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale back into child's pose. Root to heels, head. Moving back, lying on your belly, coming into your cobra, your Skandasana. Opening up front body just for a breath, and then exhaling into child's pose. So we're going to do a little bit of a vinyasa here. Inhaling as we open up our heart into cobra. Exhale into child's pose. 2 more times. Inhale. Make a long inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Last one here, inhale, open up the front of your body with your cobra, and exhale, child's pose. Tuck your toes, moving into downward facing dog. From down dog, make sure that your feet are facing the front, your heels are being pushed to the back of your mat. Relax your head, gazing in between your toes. Remember to set urgency aside, living in our breath time. If Ujjayi is in your practice, you can create that whisper sound in the back of your throat. And let's walk our hands towards the back of our mat. Arriving, feet hip width apart, grab hold of opposite elbows. Head is heavy. Gently moving over towards left side. Head still heavy here for a breath. And then gently coming to center, moving towards right side. Notice the threads on your legs as they open, as your fascia slowly opens up. Release your hands onto the ground and let's walk back into Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Allow your head to be heavy. Lift your tailbone up. Push your belly towards the front of your legs. Arriving to to your breath. Try not to anticipate the next movement. Just take your time, and as always, listen deeply to your body. Look forward, tiptoe walk towards the front of your mat. I like to tiptoe walk with my legs straight. If you want to do that, I invite you to do that. Halfway lift, hands on knees, shins, or the ground. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stretch it all the way up to Headstand. Bring your prayer to your heart. Release your arms alongside your body. Deep breaths. Exhale. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back. Move over to your left side, the long side of your mat, so that you're coming in a wide-legged forward fold. From here, we're going to bend our left knee gently, keeping your palms underneath your shoulder. Lift your tailbone up, and then bend your right knee. If you want to place blocks underneath your palms, you can. We're going to do this 4 more times. Bending into that left knee, lift tailbone up, bending into right knee. Lift tailbone up, 2 more times. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time. And then moving into your right leg, turn to frame your right foot. Deep runner's lunge, step back into plank, and let's hold plank for about 5 breaths here. So if plank again is not for you today, you can just bring your knees onto the ground. Try shorten the front of your body so that you can lengthen the back of your body. Open up your collarbone and try get your shoulder blades to touch. So you're spreading that front chest forward. Try leaning onto your palms so that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Pushing your belly into your spine and then moving into knees, chest and chin. Inhaling into cobra, exhale into down dog. Tiptoe walk towards the front of your mat. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, stretch it up, reach up. Parvritta, pray to heart. Exhale, arms down, reach up on an inhale. Tugging your tailbone down. And exhale, dive down, lifting your tailbone up now. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back. Moving over towards right side now. We're going to take this a little bit deeper. You're welcome to try it or continue with your half squat like we did on the other side. So we're going to go bending into our right knee, but we're going to lift our left toes up and we're going to bring our prayer to our heart. And then moving all the way towards left knee, lifting right toes up, prayer to heart, looking over right shoulder if you can. And then lifting tailbone up, straightening out both legs, moving back over towards right side, left toes go up, look over left shoulder, and the other side. If you want, here, you can wrap your arms around you into a bind, into your half squat pose, looking over left shoulder. And then over to the other side. This time looking over right shoulder in your half squat bind. And then let's turn to frame that left foot. Step it back and holding into plank again. Cinching belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and Chaturanga if that's in your practice. Urdhva Mukha, opening up front body. Adho Mukha. Back into a nice humbling pose where your head is heavy, connected to the ground as you lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Deep breath. Look forward, keep your legs straight as you tiptoe. See how far you can tiptoe towards the front of your mat with your legs straight. Landing in halfway, exhaling, folding forward, and inhale, reach up. Exhale, prayer to heart. Drop your hands, lift your arms up, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale halfway. If you want to hop back into Chaturanga or just walk into plank, your choice here. Moving into your flow, whatever your body is asking, and meeting in down dog. Deep, victorious Ujjayi breaths. Lift your right leg up, point your right toes away from you. Bring your right knee to your nose, landing your right foot in between your hands. Release the ground as you lift your arms up into a high lunge, vertical arms, pointing your fingertips up towards the ceiling. 2 breaths. Bring your prayer to your heart. We're going to twist over towards right side, bringing your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. I really want to get into this pose, so I want to work on my twist. So I'm actually going to bring my left knee to the ground and tucking my left toes and just work on this wringing out. If you want to keep your back leg straight, you can do that. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. If your left knee was on the ground, straighten it. Push your left heel away. Bring your prayer to your heart. Extend your arms vertically and then take it back into a little back bend. If your legs are stable enough, try do that. And then on an exhale, bring your palms down onto the ground. Okay, from here, let's step it back into a plank. Moving into Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. The other side now, lift your left leg up, point your left toes away, place your left foot in between your hands. From the ground, reach up into your high lunge, vertical arms, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Deep breath. Try push your right hip forward, left hip back. Just notice what happens to your hips by doing that. Make sure that your back leg is straight. And then on an exhale, bring your prayer to your heart. So we're going to twist now over towards the left side. Look over your left shoulder. So if you want to carry on with me, I'm just going to bring my right knee to the ground, untuck right toes and just work on this twist. If you want to work on your strength, if you want to build up more of a sweat, you can keep that back leg nice and long. Let's take one really long breath here. Inhale, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Straighten your back leg if it wasn't straight already. Bring your prayer to your heart, extend your arms up, and really enjoy this heart opening. Your belly button is reaching up towards the crown of your head. And exhale, palms down to the ground. Let's step it back. plank. Chaturanga or knees chest turn. Urdhva Mukha, your up dog or cobra. And then finally, all of us meeting in down dog. Deep breaths. So we're really giving our fascia a chance here to break apart. Each time we arrive, we just go a little bit deeper. Lift your right leg up, point your right toes away from you, bend your right knee so you're stacking your hips, and then really exaggerate the movement as you push your right foot behind you, looking over your left shoulder. Maybe you can see your foot, and then bring your right knee to your nose. Land your foot down in between your hands, coming back into this high lunge. And then with control, bring your left knee to the ground. Untuck back toes. You can either bring your right fingers to touch the ground so that you're leaning over towards the right side, or you can grab hold of the back of your left thigh, but notice that you're not going to twist here. You're actually pushing your shoulder blades, both of them, towards the front of your chest. So both shoulders are facing front, framing the short edge of your mat, and you're pushing your left hand, left arm back. If you can, look up and release your head. Deep breath. And then extend your left arm, fingers pointing to the ceiling. Bring your left hand on the outside of your right knee, and then wrap your right arm around your lower back, going into a deep twist, looking over right shoulder. If you can here, tuck your left toes, straighten your left heel. And then we're going to bring our left palm onto the ground, extending right arm up. If you have the space, you can bring your right arm over your head, still looking up towards the ceiling. One more breath here. And then framing right foot. Runner's lunge. Bring your left knee onto the ground. You can either grab hold of a block and place it underneath your left hand and reach back with your right hand so you can grab hold of your foot but the baby toe side. So you can try that with the block, or you can just place your left hand on your right knee. Deep breaths. If you have your balance here, you can extend your left arm. Do a mudra by placing your thumb and your index finger together, your three other fingers together, and extending up at a 45-degree angle. 3 breaths. Let's bring our left palm onto the ground. We're going to lean into a standing split position. So press your palms onto the ground as you lift your left leg up. We're not going to work on a balance here. We're just going to focus on trying to get our head to touch our right knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then step your foot, your back foot, halfway on the mat, getting ready for your pyramid pose, parsvokanasana. Inhale, open up your chest, and exhale, fold forward. Head is heavy. Inhale, lengthen, Look forward. Bend your front knee so that you can plant your hands onto the ground. We're going to do a couple of handstand hops if you can. So your choice here, you can just step your front foot back and just stepping into plank. Or you can lift your back leg, your front leg up so that your right leg is lifted and your left foot is on the ground. And just do a couple of handstand hops. As many as you like. But you want to prepare to land in Chaturanga. So eventually landing in Chaturanga, up dog and down dog. Lift your left leg up now, point your left toes away from you. Bend your left knee so you're stacking your hip bones. Look over your right shoulder, see if you can see your foot. Really exaggerate this movement. Opening up hip bones. And then bring your left foot in between your hands. Deep breath. On an inhale, lift your arms up, high lunge. And then gently bringing your right knee to the ground and tucking back toes. You can either going to bring your left fingers to touch the ground so that you're opening right side body, or we're going to go into a peaceful reverse lunge, where you grab hold the outside of your right hip and then push your left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, looking up. Deep breath. And then from here, moving into another twist. You're going to take your right hand and place it on the outside of your left knee. Wrap your left arm around your lower back and look over your left shoulder. Deep breath. Lengthening your spine and then twisting. And then from here, see if you can tuck your back toe and straighten your back leg. And then let's place our right palm onto the ground, extend our left arm overhead. Deep, twisted runner's lunge. And we're going to extend our left arm all the way to the side of the room, over your head, so that your left fingers are pointing towards the front and your right heel is pointing towards the back. So just feel the tug down onto your feet. And then extend your left arm up, frame your front foot, bring your right knee onto the ground, grab hold of a block and place it next to your left foot, and you're going to grab hold of your right foot with your left hand. Oh, sorry, doing it the other way. Yes. And then, if this is okay for you, you can place your right palm onto your left foot. You can extend your right arm in a mudra. And release, standing split. Head to knee. Parsvokanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Go as deep or as shallow as you like, remembering this is your practice. You need to feel joy, expansion. Each movement is in service of your deepest breath. Inhale, lengthen. So your choice here, you can just step your left foot back into plank Chaturanga, or you can bend your left knee and step it slightly back, moving into our handstand hops, reaching left leg up towards the ceiling, and just take your time. You can even just hop back into a Chaturanga, or you can hop switch, do whatever you like, and then just landing and moving through your flow. Next option is to look forward, bend your knees and hop towards the front of your mat. Halfway lift, fold forward and hop back. Or what you can try to do, I'm going to attempt this pose. You can bend your elbows and try to get your knees to jump onto your forearms into a crow position. So hop, let's see, nearly there. A little bit scared today, and hop back. So just do that a couple of times. Otherwise, just continue to hop forward and hop back. And after all of that, that's all coming to child's pose. Bring your arms alongside your body, taking a nice deep, long breath. Looking inwards. See if you can locate your heartbeat. And let's walk back into Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. This time we're going to hop forward normally, or we can just step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Pray together towards your heart center. Separate your feet hip width apart. Okay, balances are not my favorite. So, which means I probably have to do them more. So let's attempt this. We're going to grab hold of big toe with 2 peace fingers. So let's start off with left leg. So lean onto your right leg, bend your left knee, and grab hold of your left big toe. So if you feel that your knee is very bent, you can grab hold of a strap and wrap it around your foot so that you can get an extension with your arm. So your arm will, your strap will act as an arm for you. Stay here for a deep breath. And then we're going to grab hold of the outside of our left foot with our right hand and place your left palm the base of your spine. I'm not going to do this because I know I'm going to fall over and I'm not having a very balanced day. But if you want, you can look over your left shoulder. And then release your foot, extend both arms up. We're going to skim the ground coming into warrior 3. And natural movement after that balance, moving into another balance. Flex your back foot. Find a spot on the ground. Oh. And then we're going to land into high lunge. Reach your arms up. And we're going to open up our hips into warrior two. 3 breaths. Gazing at your right middle finger. Make sure that 50% of your weight is on your front foot and 50% is on your back foot. Last breath. Peaceful warrior, flip your right arm overhead, look up towards the ceiling, and then bring your right elbow onto your right knee, extending your left arm overhead. I'm going to do a little bit of a core side angle here, where I'm going to straighten my right arm and point my right fingers onto the ground without touching them, so that my forearm is in the front of my right foot. And then after doing that, I'm going to open up my chest and look up towards the ceiling. So you really need to cinch in your waist here. And from here, take it all the way into a peaceful warrior, and then cartwheeling hands onto the ground. Take your right foot all the way up towards the ceiling and do any flow you like. I'm going to do a 3-legged flow. And down dog. Bring your knees onto the ground. Standing on your knees, untuck your toes. Reach your arms up and take it back into a hollow back, opening up front body. And exhale, bring your palms down onto the ground. We're going to do that one again. Inhale, lengthen your arms up towards the ceiling. See how far you can go, pushing your front hips forward. And exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, hop or step, halfway lift, fold forward. Inhale, reach up. Skandasana, pray hands to heart. Good, you guys, you still with me? I wish I could see you all. But just imagine that I'm standing right there watching you, okay? So separate your feet hip width apart. Moving on to the other leg now. 2-piece right fingers grabbing hold of right toe. 3 breaths. Moving into a twist now, grabbing hold of the outside of your right foot with your left hand, placing your right palm on your lower back. If you want to look over your right shoulder, you can. I'm just going to focus on the front today. Really nice stretch here. Really nice twist. And let's release that foot. Yay. Extend your arms up, fingers pointing, and then moving into Warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Pray to heart center. Find your spot. Locate your drishti. Back foot is flexed. And then trying to land as slowly as you can into a high lunge. Good, you guys. From high lunge, opening up hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Gazing towards middle left finger, 3 breaths here. Shoulders must be soft. Notice if you are scrunching your toes. They don't want to be like under stress or under duress. So just lift your toes off the ground and just allow them to be soft back onto your mat. One more breath. peaceful warrior, and then coming into side angle, left elbow onto left knee, right arm overhead, looking up towards the ceiling. You can stay here or do this core supported side angle with me, where I place my left middle finger just above the ground in front of my left calf, looking up towards the ceiling, using my adductors, my belly, my glute to hold me up. One more breath, and then peaceful warrior, opening up front and cartwheeling towards the ground. Take your flow. I'm going to lift my left leg up, coming into plank with left leg up, Chaturanga, and then moving into an up dog and down dog. Going to move into a headstand practice now. So those of you who do not want to practice headstand, if you have low or high blood pressure, if you're pregnant, you're menstruating, or you have previous chronic neck injuries, or you just don't feel like it, you're going to step your right foot forward and you're going to move into a wide-legged forward fold, grabbing hold of the outside of your ankles, bringing your head towards the ground. And you're going to stay here for 10 breaths. After your 10th breath, you're going to come into a child's pose. And then wait for me there. And those of you who want to practice a headstand, you can either go to a wall, or if you want to try get into headstand practice from down dog, just bring your elbows on the ground, interlace your hands, bring the crown of your head onto the ground. Those of you who have been practicing for a while and usually lift one leg and then the other leg goes up, I want to invite you to keep your feet glued together as you lift both feet up. So try that. And you're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Beautiful, you guys. If you're in headstand and you want to try bring both your feet down at the same time, it's really great for your core. You can bring both feet down instead of just one foot at a time. Maybe hover just before you touch the ground, and then coming into a child's pose. Arms wrapped around your body and just let go. Well done, you guys. Feels so good to invert. I haven't done it in a while and I forgot how amazing it feels just to get the blood flow moving towards the head. Beautiful. Let's go into downward dog. It's just a transition. We're going to move into our seated positions now. If you want to hop into a seat, go ahead. Otherwise, just step into a seated position. And we're going to do wide-legged forward fold. So, spread your legs nice and wide. Make sure your heels are facing the ceiling and your knees are facing the ceiling. I like to rock from side to side so that I can feel that I have hip mobility and I'm not putting so much stress in my adductors. So you can do that. If you feel like you're leaning backward, grab hold of a block and just sit on the block. And then your choice, you guys. You can take it again as deep or shallow as you like. My inner hips feel like they're quite tight today. And I'm only going to go as far as placing my palms on the ground. And this is where I'll stay. Those of you who want to go further, go further. Those of you who want to just sit upright on a block, that's fine too, as long as you feel the work. One of my teachers, her name is Leah Butler, and she always likes to say that there's always so much urgency throughout our days, and yoga gives us an opportunity to slow down and live in breath time. I often use that phrase in the practice, and I learned it from her. I think it's just so beautiful to not rush through your practice and to actually just enjoy every subtle movement. And inhale, take your time as you walk your hands towards you. Okay, we're going to grab hold of our right knee and place our right foot on the outside of our left knee. Lengthening as you're moving into a twist here. So you're going to bring your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. And instead of a normal twist, I'm going to do a prayer hand twist. So this might not work for everyone. If it doesn't, just bring your right hand onto the ground and look over your right shoulder, or you can just bring your prayer hands together and look over your right shoulder. So 3 breaths here. And then gently release, counter twist to the other side. Bringing your right foot on your inner left thigh, we're going to do Vinyasa, folding forward. And then inhale, look forward. Walk your hands back towards you, coming back into your wide legs. So we're just moving now into twist onto the other side. So you can bring your left foot on the outside of your right knee, and your choice here, you can go into prayer hands looking over left shoulder, or just place your left hand onto the ground. 3 breaths. Make sure you're extending that spine so that you're really getting into all those fleshy bits inside your tummy, all those organs that need a little bit of a massage. And then counter twist over to the other side. And then moving into Janushirsasana, keeping your right leg straight, left knee bent. Take your time. And I'll let you guys know when it's time to come out of this. Inhale, look forward. Walk your hands back towards you on an exhale. Bring your left knee towards you, extend both legs. You can place them back onto your mat. I want you to interlace your hands and place them behind your neck and just gently roll 3 times one side and then 3 times the other side. Coming back to center, folding forward. Parsvokanasana. One of the deepest stretches that yoga has to offer, as it's stretching the whole back of your body. We're going to do 3 more breaths here. Inhaling, 2, 3. Exhaling, 2, 3. Inhaling, 2, 3. Exhaling, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. And exhale. Inhale. Look up, walk your hands back towards your torso, bend your knees, place your feet onto the ground, place your palms behind you with your fingers facing forward, and let's just push the ground away as we lift up in this nice tabletop position. We can stay here, or we can shimmy from side to side, getting into the shoulders, and then once we're ready, just lift that tailbone into your hips, and if you don't have any problems with your neck, you can open up your throat and look behind you. This is just preparation for our next pose, which will be bridge or wheel, chin to chest, and then gently lowering all the way down. Let's lie on our mats. So we're going to start off with bridge. And then if Chaturanga wheel is in your practice, you can go from bridge into wheel, or you could just stay in your wheel pose. So guys, remember to listen to your body. It's always telling us what to do. Try not to ignore it, because injuries do happen. So from here, place your feet onto the ground. Place your palms behind your heels. Your middle finger should be just brushing the backs of your heels. We're going to push the ground away and lift your lower and then your middle and upper back off the ground. So if this is enough, stay here. If you want to interlace your hands, you can interlace your hands. Try get your palms to touch. And see if you could place one shoulder and then the other shoulder underneath your upper back. So you're pushing your chest towards your chin. So you can stay here for 3 breaths. Or if you want to move into a wheel position from here, I want you to place your palms underneath your shoulders. Your fingers are facing your heels. And take your time as you come into wheel pose, maybe on tiptoes. And just treat this as an expansion so that you're not thinking too much about all those muscles that are working. Try stay focused on the opening that's happening from your groin all the way up towards your neck. Offering up towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths. And then chin to chest, slowly coming down. Bringing your knees to your chest. Squeezing your knees towards you. And let's just shimmer from side to side, working on the sacroiliac joints. Palms are on your knees. And then bring your knees together, arms in a T. Bringing both knees over towards the left side, looking over right side. Feels so good to do a twist after a deep back bend. And then knees to chest, moving over to right side, gazing over left. You can close your eyes. Let's bring our knees to our chest. Give yourself a little hug, squeeze, lift your head up if you like. And I am ready for Shavasana. So I'm going to go straight into it. If you want to grab hold of blocks to bring under your knees, if you want to grab hold of a blanket, do what you need to do so that you can feel supported. Let's close your eyes. Let go of Ujjayi breath if you haven't already. Just let yourself settle into this space, connecting or feeling more connected to this magnificent body, magnificent home that you've created for your soul. And I'll let you guys know when it's time to come out. So just take this time to not chase any thought and just be. small movements with your fingers and your toes. And just do whatever your body is craving. And you can just meet me in an easy seat. Bring your prayer to your heart, acknowledging the practice and acknowledging yourself and acknowledging everyone in the group that's watching this class. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, have an amazing evening and namaste.